readily available substance. DHEA was the first readily available substance to have scientific literature and people's real experiential results to back up the scientific literature. It was really the first substance that could make a huge difference when it came to anti-aging and muscle building. That was really, really revolutionary. And it made a lot of people at the time, the early 90s, mid-90s, it made a lot of people believers in the concept of dietary supplementation. Before then, you were kind of a wacko if you supplemented. Before the 1990s, you were like a health nut. Yeah, people were supplementing, that's for sure. But it was still on the fringes. Right around the mid-90s, and the popularity of DHEA played a major role in this. Somewhere around the 1990s, supplementation became mainstream. It wasn't 100% mainstream. It took a few more years for it to be really mainstream, to the late 90s, early 2000s. But it really got going when when people recognized how effective DHEA could be. Now, at the time, 93 or so, DHEA was only available by prescription. It was still cheap. It was ridiculously cheap. But you had to go to a doctor to get it. And right around 93, 94, some of you guys may remember this, the FDA was starting to flex its muscles and make noises about regulating all nutritional supplements. There was a movement afoot in the legislature, in the Congress, to give the FDA the power to regulate all nutritional supplements. The FDA was looking for that power to regulate all nutritional supplements. And remember, this is about the time that people are starting to get the idea that you can take some supplements, you can take dietary supplements and get better. And when the FDA announced this, that they were now going to be regulating all nutritional supplements, man, I had never seen the public get together like they got together to try to keep this thing from happening. There were petitions signed, and there was leaflets and handouts being distributed. And anyway, the public outcry was so loud and so clear that the FDA finally relented. And this is when Congress passed something called the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, also known as DSHEA, not to be confused with DHEA. DSHEA, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, it was, I think, 1994, and it allowed nutritional supplements to be sold over the counter without FDA regulation. What it did is DSHEA defined dietary supplements as vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and dietary constituents, as they said, and herbs and their concentrates, and it defined them as foods. It said that as long as supplements did not alter the structure or the function of the human body or make claims that they could treat diseases, that nutritional supplementation was food. And this was a radical departure from the previous regulations that prevented you from getting DHEA, as well as things like melatonin and GABA over the counter. And this is really when the lid came off the nutritional supplement pot and everybody started to understand how important these things can be. It's when longevity started to get going. A lot of multi-level companies started to get going. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time on the bright side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. You can also check out our archive pages at brightsideben.com and benfuchsarchives.com. Got 5 years of archive material, lots of good health information. And, of course, if you want to purchase any of the longevity products, you can do that off brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. You ask them about joining the Brightside Ben team if you want to start a little business, side business, or if you want to start a serious business. Make some money, make a little money, make a lot of money selling longevity products and helping spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. If you've benefited from the longevity products, now you want to share it with people, please call the phone team at 866-735-2470 and tell them you want to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $25 fee. You can have a longevity business, and even if you don't want to sell the product or share the product with anyone, if you want to just use it for yourself, you can get all your products at the wholesale price for a one-time $25 fee. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue talking about DHEA, talk about all its wonderful, important roles in the body. One of my all-time favorite supplements. You do have to be a little bit careful careful with DHEA. It's not like pregnenolone. Pregnenolone, you can take 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 300 milligrams. With DHEA, you really want to be a little bit more respectful of the dosages because it is much more potent than pregnenolone, and we'll talk about some of that tomorrow. We'll also talk about some derivatives of DHEA that can get you some of the benefits, some of the weight loss benefits, particularly without having to deal with some of the side effects, if you will, or excessive effects, particularly when it comes to body hair, losing body hair for men or gaining body hair for women. That's one of the knocks on DHEA. But the new derivatives of DHEA bypass some of that. We'll talk about that tomorrow as well. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's hit the phones and go to Todd in Portland. What's up, Todd? Good morning.
Hello, Ben.
Hey, Todd. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, I went from a job where I sat down all day to a job where I stand up all day. And I'm starting to get a little pain in one of my knees. It's slow, low, dull pain, and I can't
You sound like a kid, Todd. How old are you, buddy?
Ben, I'm 53 years old.
Okay, you're not a kid. Officially, you're not a kid. You can still be immature, though, if you like, but chronologically, you're not a kid. Are you carrying some extra weight?
No, I'm 5'9" and 150 pounds.
Good. Are you working out?
I do. I work out a couple times a week, short, intense workouts, and that's about it.
Are you sprinting?
Or
anything?
No.
Anything for the legs? Are you doing anything intense on the legs?
Squats and lunges is about all I do.
Are you doing the squats rapidly? Are you doing fast, like intense squats and quickly, that kind of thing?
Not necessarily quickly. Sometimes deep, but not quick.
Okay, so you might want to look at that. Are you doing any supplementation after your squats, after you work out?
My usual BTT and.
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do if I were you. It's understandable at the age of 53 if you're squatting, especially if you're going deep with your squats, that you'd have some problems. You might have some problems with the joints. So what I'd be doing is right after your workout, do your supplements. Always do your supplements after you work out. That's just a general rule of thumb. Always supplementation after you work out. But make sure you're doing something called alpha lipoic acid, if you're not already, 400 milligrams a day after you work out, and then vitamin E after you work out. The tocotrienols, you probably know this, are the deluxe form. If you don't want to do that, get a mixed tocopherol. You do this right after you work out, and then also, you want to do some digestive enzymes on an empty stomach, and if you do them after you work out, if you're not eating, that might help too. I would throw in the glucosamine, and I'd be doing bone soup. And with your glucosamine, by the way, it's a good idea to make sure you're sipping on your BTT because the vitamin C and the glucosamine work together. And you might actually want to take a little bit extra vitamin C, maybe another 1,000 milligrams or so a day of vitamin C. Last but not least, I'd be using essential fatty acids. Omega-3s in particular are anti-inflammatory, although they're both important. And of course, if you have any digestive health issues, which it doesn't sound like you do, you sound like a healthy guy there, but if you do have any digestive health issues, you want to correct those because anything that gets into the blood through the digestive tract is going to food particle wise is going to make it difficult to reduce inflammation in the joints. How's that? Anything else? Does that make sense?
Thank you very much.
Good deal, Todd. Good to talk to you. Have a beautiful day. Good luck with everything. 844-236-6010 is our number. Leo, is this my buddy Leo who I haven't talked to for a couple years?
Hey, what's up? How's it going, Ben? That's me.
What, you still doing the radio show, Leo?
I actually still am.
Give it a plug. Give the show a plug.
Oh, it's worldgonecrazyradio.com. I just had actually Dr. Wakefield came on
the
other day, and we're trying to get the movie Vax here at our local theater, the one that was banned at the Tribeca Film Festival.
It's not. It wasn't. They relented, didn't they? They let it. People seen it. I think. No?
Really? Did they?
I think they might have.
That's great. I didn't know that. I had him on air, and we didn't talk about that.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% positive. I just think that.
But I think that Robert De Niro came out later in an interview, and he said it's a film that everybody should see. And
have you seen it?
No, I will travel to see it, but like I said, that we have. I'm trying to get people motivated to contact the local movie theaters. There's about 3 or 4 of them in our area, And I'm hoping that at least one of them will have the gumption to go ahead and say, hey, people have a right to make up their own minds, and we're going to go ahead and show the movie. So,
well, if any city has the gumption, as you say, to show that movie, it would be Portland.
Yep, and Portland is actually doing it. Portland, this last weekend, as a matter of fact, it's still playing. It's still playing in Portland.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at Cinema 21. If there's any listeners that are within earshot of the radio right now, it's Cinema 21 in Portland. You can find it there. You can go to Vaxxed.com, VAXXBD.com, and you can find out if it's playing in your town as well. And I didn't know that I would be plugging that movie this morning. But
well, we appreciate it. That's good. I don't talk too much about vaccines because I like this to be more positive and about the bright side. But really, it's not a good idea to be sticking stuff in your blood unless you absolutely 100% know for sure what you're sticking into your blood, and that is not the case with vaccines. So what's going on, Leo? I got a full board here. I want to get to some calls. How can I help you, my man?
I've got a good acquaintance of mine. He is active. He's in the Guard, and I saw him, back in 2012, 2013. He was in robust shape, and then I just saw him recently a few months ago, and he looked like crap. So I said, hey, what's going on? I mean, he had like a boil on his face. He was overweight, and he said he was diagnosed with psoriasis, and they had him on doxycycline.
Okay. And
then later, he was diagnosed with lupus as well.
Okay.
Now they took him off the doxy, and they've got him on Otezla. I think
they're going to kill them, poor man. That's awful.
I know.
Okay, here's the deal. Psoriasis and lupus are the same deal. They're autoimmune diseases. The body's reacting. It's jumpy. Remember, there's not a lot of things that go wrong in the body. It always is going to involve some aspect of inflammation and defense, and autoimmunity is nothing more than a combination of just that, inflammation and a defensive response. Hang on, Leo, because they're so easy to deal with, and it's tragically easy to deal with because doctors don't help. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. Pharmacist Ben here, 844-236-6010 is our number. Leo, I don't mean to be rude here, but I'm going to go real fast, okay, bro? I want to get to a bunch of calls. Lupus and psoriasis, same idea, autoimmune diseases. The Otezla, by the way, it is not one of the worst drugs that he could be on. As far as drugs go, it's not as bad as some. It's still a drug, though, and it doesn't take care of the problem, which is why he got the psoriasis, and then he had the lupus. Nobody thought to take care of the problem, which most importantly involves leakage into the blood through the digestive tract of food particles. So the main strategies for all autoimmune diseases, surprise, surprise, are going to be food and digestive tract based. Probiotics, good bacteria. That's the first thing I would definitely be doing. Fermented foods and good bacteria, the nightly essence from Youngevity, as well as fermented foods, vegetable juices and fermented vegetables, cartilage-containing products, mucilaginous substances, that is gummy, slimy things like fucoidin, the Fucoid Z, algae, aloe, noni. Anything that has a slimy quality will coat the digestive tract. Let's see what else. Food diary, an elimination diet, eliminating problem foods, fasting. If he just fasted for a couple days, he would start to feel better, by the way. Linking his flare-ups to foods and linking digestive problems to foods. Those are the main strategies. Now, it's also going to be important that he focuses on fats. Fats. For one thing, they're hard for the body to process. For two, they're the anti-inflammatory and protective substances, the things that protect the body from inflammation and that block inflammation. So vitamins D, A, K, E, and essential fatty acids are important. Make sure he takes them with meals, and it wouldn't hurt him to use the ultimate enzymes and some lecithin when he's using these fatty substances. Leo, I've got to motivate, man, but lupus is so easy to deal with, and it's so tragic. Have a good day, man. It's good to talk to you. Thanks for the tips on Vax. Appreciate it. Okay, let's move on to Steve in Florida. Welcome to The Bright Side, Steve.
How you doing?
Doing good. What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
In my city. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you.
I had two quick questions for you, Ben, and I'll let you answer it. I had my cholesterol checked, and they checked my HDL, and it was real low. I've never been that low before, but I'm taking some good supplements. And I was just wondering if the medications would bring that down. If so, how can I bring it back up?
Well, hang on. What medications? What do you mean medications bring down? You mean the supplements?
Medications.
What are you on?
I'm on the digoxin and the Toprol.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.